Hello, everyone. I hope that you've had a wonderful day, whether you're here in person or streaming online. I'm Kelly Tebow, your Executive Director and Program Director for Day of Security. But I'm not here for me. I'm here to introduce our final keynote of the day, Trupti. I'm super excited to have you here. She's accomplished and driven and will be a great closing keynote for us. Trupti has 18 years of diverse experience leading product security and privacy orgs in Fortune 500 companies, including Amazon, Datadog, and dynamic startups like Illumio. She's the founder of an open source project called TrueNil, and it focuses on the researching and solving data security and privacy in the LLM space. Her career journey is marked by cultivating high-performing teams, pioneering product security and privacy engineering strategies, and instilling a progressive mindset. She's a seasoned public speaker and product security leader, and she passionately imparts her insights to drive positive security impacts and mitigate organizational risks. Notably, she holds a patent for a secure and anonymous electronic polling solution. And today she's going to narrate a tale of how she transformed her cybersecurity career. So thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing your talk.
Thank you, Kelly, for a fabulous introduction. Hi, everyone. Hello, San Francisco. How are you doing? And my sisters out there who are globally connected with us over Zoom, a very good afternoon or evening to all of you. It's an absolute honor and privilege to stand in front of all of you and share the great insights we had over the last 2 days. But before I do so, I would like to take a pause and express my gratitude to our very dynamic, badass executor, Kelly. Let's have a big round of applause. To our sponsors, to the founders of Day of Security, Secure Diversity. Big thank you to Albert and Nathan, the AV folks who helped me a lot. Thank you. And most importantly, to the volunteers and all of you who made this happen. I am born and raised in India. My father was a cop and my mom was a yoga instructor. She was a housewife turned yoga instructor. And like many of you, I started my tech career as a software developer 20 years back. At that time, becoming a cybersecurity professional felt like a far-fetched dream. And then I had the wonderful opportunity to move this country of dreams, United States, and I had the privilege to attend Johns Hopkins University's Masters in Security Engineering program. And that was the game changer for me. And today, I'm going to tell you how from time to time, I transform my career with the help of 5 pillars. And those are, first one is gratitude, super important. Second one, I'm going to tell you a tale of how I created my own support system through a security village. The third one is I'm going to tell you guys the folks who inspired me to my core. Fourth one is how to give back to community through collective growth. And last one, mindfulness. Besides being cybersecurity professional, I'm also a certified meditation instructor, and it has helped me every time I have transitioned in life or in career. Before we get into those 5 pillars, let's spend some time looking at the stats. Over the last 2 days, we had total 66 speakers. Let's have a big round of applause for all those speakers. We had 4 keynotes, 4 workshops, and over 1,000 attendees. How amazing is that, right? Over the last 2 days, there were 4 prominent trends. First one was governance, risk, and compliance. It continues to be the number one trend that gets talked about besides secops. No matter in which era we live, we always need GRC. You know why? Because compliance opens new business opportunities for us. And even before security, compliance becomes more important. Earlier in my career, I used to wonder, puzzle, I used to get bored with the compliance checklist. But later in my career, I realized the power of compliance. It is a great forcing function. And as we go into newer markets and see newer technological trends, it's the compliance that helps us, right? The second trend that all of us have seen is artificial intelligence. And the most talk that we have seen are around security and privacy of applications built using generative AI or large language model, right? Do you guys know by 2026, almost 80% of enterprises are projected to adopt LLMs? In fact, European law enforcement has predicted 90% of the content is going to be generated using AI. And it's going to be very difficult for us to distinguish what's the authentic content and what's generated using AI. Not only that, OpenAI's platform is fueling a booming app market with $2 million developers. So there are almost 2 million developers out there who are getting ready to build this enterprise application with Gen AI. And last but not least, by 2028, we are going to see a massive growth in generative AI market, and that's going to be at least $180 billion. What does this mean to cybersecurity professional like us? Whether you're a product marketer, compliance person, penetration tester, application security engineer, what does this mean? This means it's high time to learn about AI. It's high time to learn about generative AI. Not only learn about the security, privacy issues that these applications can have, but also it's time to leverage those powers to make security better. And not only stop there, but kind of go a step deeper. How many of you have been designing, launching, executing security champions program in your organization? Just raise your hand. Great. Thank you. With this huge wave of LLM, what this means is, besides design our security champions program, we also have to design responsible AI program. Few months back, there was a survey conducted by Gartner. They interviewed almost 700 executives, and 85% of them said the number one issue with Gen AI they feel is data protection. And that brings to our next trend that we have seen. Besides GRC and AI talks, we saw a lot of privacy talks. A few years back, like 10, 12 years back, we never had a privacy engineer role or data officer role. Only after the rise of GDPR, we started seeing emergence of those roles. And now with this rise of artificial intelligence, especially Gen AI, what we are going to see is rise in role like chief ethical AI officer, machine learning security engineer, right? So how do we embrace this new change? How do we get ready for these new type of roles? That I would like to take your attention to the fourth quadrant or fourth trend, which is EQ. EQ is never been so important. We all need to embrace the power of emotional quotient, emotional intelligence to know ourselves, to know our strengths, to regulate our own emotions, understand other roles, especially the new emerging roles, understand what are their pain points and how empathetically we all can work together to stay on top of these emerging trends and secure those, right? So yeah, those were the 4 trends that we have seen. Now let's move towards the first pillar that I would like to talk to you about. I often think about emotional intelligence. There are many ways to develop emotional intelligence, but the easiest way to think about emotional intelligence is gratitude. From your bottom of heart, if somebody has done something big, small, just close your eyes and say thank you. So I'm not going to say it. Why? All of not just practice it. So go ahead and close your eyes, all of you. Think about that one person who went above and beyond to help you. And let's go ahead and send silent gratitude to them. Excellent, ladies. Please come back. Scientifically, when we get into the habit of practicing gratitude, it releases a neurotransmitter called oxytocin. And in today's zero trust world, which cybersecurity boasts a lot, zero trust architecture, zero trust this, and zero trust that, it is extremely important to take time to establish trust between two human, to co-workers, to collaborator, stakeholders. And gratitude is amazing way to get started. I absolutely love this quote, and I want all of you to pay attention. Gratitude is one of those few currencies with which you can never get bankrupt. The more you practice, the more positivity you're going to get in your life. So always remember to practice gratitude. Now let's move towards the second pillar, which is community support system. All of us are experiencing the amazing support Day of Security leaders, founders have extended to solve problems of women in cybersecurity. Agree? All you have to do is show up every year, participate as audience or as speaker. If you have something to give, if you have something to share, please speak up. If speaking is not your thing, then write. Besides Day of Security, I have been very lucky to be part of numerous Slack channels and Discord groups. Cybersecurity has a lot of domains: cryptography, then ML security, compliance, data protection, privacy engineering, forensic, and I can go on and on. It is very difficult to get all of those depending on your career interest at one place. So I highly recommend joining those Slack channels or Discord group to stay on top of it. Even better, in last 16 years, I had the privilege of working with 6 organizations. And how did I stay in touch with my brilliant coworkers? I created a WhatsApp group called Security Dwibs. I have few Security Dwibs villagers right here. Yes, I call that a WhatsApp group as my security village because they have been immense support every time I transition my career. The motto of our group is "We rise together by lifting others in this cyberspace." Now, let me ask you guys, do you have your own village already? Raise your hands. Great. Those who don't, I am happy to welcome you with open arms to my village. Or please find the village which is close to you as per the geographic location or the kind of expertise in cybersecurity you're looking for. I'll share my information later on in case you want to join my village. This is my favorite pillar. Even though I'm well supported by all the communities and my security village and my wonderful family and whatnot, there have been times where some days are very tough. Sometimes the weeks feel very tough. And this is exactly where my inspiration keeps me going. The first lady that ignites fuel inside me is late Hollywood actress Hedy Lamarr. How many of you know Hedy Lamarr? Yay, one third. Great. Um, I haven't seen her too many movies, but what really inspires me about her profile or her work is she was a daytime actress and nighttime inventor. She invented frequency hopping technology that is being used in almost $30 billion worth industry in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Yes. How amazing is that? And unlike many of us, she doesn't have technology background. I even don't know if she went to school. But she had this fire of, thinking outside the box, and her fire to innovate was to help others. So she invented frequency hopping to help US Army and US Navy in the middle of World War II. So kudos to her. My second inspiration is Carla Harris. How many of you have heard about Carla Harris? Anyone? One, two, great. So Carla Harris is a woman on Wall Street. She's one of the first few African American women. It's been 30 years. She's an investment banker, even more fabulous speaker. She's a great motivational speaker, writer. She's a singer as well and songwriter. And I highly urge each one of you, after you go home tonight, look for her on YouTube or check out her books. They are so inspirational. I never had the fortune of meeting her in person, but I absolutely love her work. She is super inspirational. And the third lady, I bet all of you know. Come on now, raise your hands. Who knows Deirdre Diamond? Amazing. She is the founder of CyberSN, a platform exclusively created to solve cybersecurity's biggest problem, which is we don't want to get into wrong jobs, right? We want the job meet talent and not other way around. And I'm so grateful. As a sales executive, she had this idea, she saw this problem, and she just jumped into this dynamic entrepreneurship. And not only this, she also founded a nonprofit organization called Secure Diversity to solve the next biggest problem in cybersecurity, which is to mitigate the gender gap. So let's have a big round of applause for our very own Deirdre. Her hard work and drive to solve these two problems inspired me so much. She is at every single networking event, at every single cybersecurity conference or meetup, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that. You got wheels, man. So lovely work, Deirdre. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn. Go ahead and close your eyes. And who is your inspiration? Think about your inspiration. Who keeps you going? Open your eyes. If that person is here in this room, please go walk to that person after this conference and communicate that with the person. Or if this person is not here in this physical space, go ahead and send them the silent gratitude. With that, let's move to the next pillar, which is empowerment through collective growth. Those who don't know what a collective growth is, it means we as people working together in group, either towards common goal or sharing knowledge, resources, so that not just you who go ahead, but you take your people with you. And I love this JFK's quote, rising tide lifts all boats. Do you remember this quote from the 60s? Probably some of you are very young. Early in my career, I participated in hackathons, capture the flag events at numerous security conferences, and that really helped me to share ideas and build something collectively. So if you're early in your career, please definitely consider participating in hackathon, capture the flag type of events in different conferences. If you have the speaking bug, like I do, then there are 300 cybersecurity and DevOps conferences around the world. Find the one that resonates with you. It could be local or international or in some other state. And go share your insights and experience. If you are into contributing to standard bodies, OWASP is my favorite one. Depending on your cybersecurity interest, it could be cloud computing or cloud security. Go join CNF. If it's like, a mission-driven organization that resonates with you, then secure diversity, right? Go work for them. Contribute few hours. Do whatever you can. And this could very well mean writing an article or spreading the word by mouth. Recently, I have discovered I have a writing bug as well. I love expressing, and I have found Cybernest. Cybernest offers amazing platform to those who love to write. Your articles can reach those top 400 cybersecurity executives. And even if you publish somewhere else, you can publish here. Are there any developers in the crowd who love to write code? Or are there any folks who like to write documentation? Well, yay. Open source initiatives are amazing. Only after being in cybersecurity for 16 years, I started actively contributing to open source initiative. That is a great way to give back to community. So earlier we learned how to have your own security village and communities to support you and your career, right? Now it's time to give back and pay forward. So definitely, depending on your interests, strength, skill set, pick anything that can give you an opportunity to give back. Last but not least, mindfulness. Again, as I said earlier, there will be days, there will be events that will take you down, that will crush your soul. You have all sort of support, but always rely on mindfulness technique like yoga, meditation to bring your soul up. Share your stories in your inner trusted circle and go from there. I know I'm between you guys and the drinks, so I don't want to drag this closing keynote too much. We do have closing remarks, but I would love to stay in touch with all of you. I want to extend my arms to all of you to invite you to my security village. So definitely DM me on LinkedIn if you want to be part of my security village. We do some really cool stuff. We help each other with different job opportunities. We even do mock interviews. We find opportunity to collaborate on panels or write together. It's super fun. So definitely DM me, and I would love to hear from each one of you. How did you build your security village? With that, let's connect, and I would like to call Kelly here. Oh, there's Deidre. Have a lovely evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you all later. Thank you.
I know. Well, I'm not going to say it. Thank you. A couple of things I want to say about EQ and meditation. That's a big deal. And the types of jobs that Trupti and all of us are in or working to get to, self-care, mental health. Hopefully you can get a program. If you haven't, I encourage you to get out there and check it out. There's also an organization called Cyber Minds that's going to be at RSA, and I'm helping support because they're bringing this type of technology, which meditation is a technology, calling it reset. So more and more meditation. I can't agree more. More and more self-care, more and more EQ, more and more relationships, more and more love, and we can still make money and run badass businesses and still come from love. It can be done. And I kid you not, I have been in rooms where people say, what's the culture that you want, as an executive being the only woman, and saying love and people's heads almost falling off the table. Meanwhile, I'm the badass salesperson that they all need. And they followed suit, right? Money talks. So we've heard a lot about that today too. That skill of we're all in sales and we're all here to help each other and solve big problems. So let's do it. And thank you to Reddit for giving us the space to have these conversations. It is important to have safe spaces, and there are amazing men in this world. We know that. It's not about that. We also know that it's safe to have these conversations and we can just be in them. And so we need both. We need these spaces. We need spaces with all genders and men and all of us. And so, to all of us who have men in our lives that have supported this happening, and there's a lot of them behind the scenes, we thank you. So tons of volunteers put this together. Round of applause. I mean, there is one person on payroll at Secure Diversity. One. I can't stress that enough. And so if you want to volunteer, you want to help out, let us know. We want to do more. And, the key is keeping it digital and in person, because the digital helps us all at certain times in our lives where we can't be out and about, and the in-person can get us out of isolation that's been happening to all of us. So I'm committed to continuing to make sure these events happen more and more cities. And again, there's other organizations that are wonderful out there doing this in our space too. So, let's mingle, let's have some great conversation. And thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you.